On tonight's edition of Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Today, with the end of our stretch of warm weather, I'll let you know how cold we'll get in the upcoming week.
And Elizabeth has your national weather. Si's Eyes starts now.
It's Wednesday night on ISU TV, broadcasting live from Ames, Iowa. This is Si's Eyes on the Skies. ISU TV's longest-running television program brings you the weather from around the country to the heart of Iowa. The ISU Meteorology Department team of forecasters keep you ahead of the storm. From Iowa's most trusted weather team, this is Si's Eyes on the Skies.
Hi, and welcome back to Si's Eyes on the Skies. I'm accompanied with Jaret this evening.
Hey, how you doing, Lindsay?
I'm doing very well tonight.
Well, I don't know if you noticed on the way over to the station, we had some lightning, actually.
I did notice. There was a little bit.
So we've got a few showers and thunderstorms tonight, but as you'll see tomorrow, we move into a cooler territory. We'll clear out and have some mostly sunny skies, and we'll be in the lower 50s for the day. So a whole lot cooler than where we're at today.
Very nice. Sounds very good. All right, we'll get back to that later, but right now let's visit Elizabeth for a look at our national weather.
All right. Hi guys, we are taking a look at our national weather right now. We do have some precipitation moving just to our southeast here that will be clearing out for those states, but we'll take a look when we come back as to which state is receiving some snow right now. You're watching Si's Eyes in the Skies.
All right, welcome back. Let's go back to Elizabeth for our national weather.
All right, thank you. We had quite a spread of temperatures across the nation today. Minneapolis ended up at 45, Phoenix all the way at 85 degrees, so a nice 40-degree spread across the country. Right now, that is still a little bit in effect. Phoenix is still sitting at 81 right there. Seattle raining a little bit at 58 degrees. And then you can see this cooler air just starting to move down into the Midwest area. Minneapolis is currently sitting at 41 degrees. Taking a look at the Northeast here, we do have Pittsburgh, clear skies at 49, Syracuse at 43, and then some of the 50s hanging on along the coast, and even 61 right now in Washington, D.C. Down in the southeast, they are hanging on to warmer temperatures. You can see this cooler air is starting to make its way down as the cold front is kind of turning stationary for a little bit, but it will push itself down into the area of the nation here, bringing with it cooler temperatures. But right now, Miami sitting at 74. Orlando is still hanging on to the 70s at 72 degrees. That cooler temperatures are still hanging around for Denver and into the rocky areas here, but as they cool out into the desert southwest, Phoenix at 81 degrees, Las Vegas clear night at 74, as well as Santa Monica at 76. So headed back up to the northwest there. Seattle barely under 60, just holding on to 58. Salem is at 61, and Boise is 57 with clear skies. Here in the Midwest, though, Des Moines, we're at 54. You can see some of those sprinkles as you might be feeling that if you're outside right now. Maybe you have a night exam if you're an Iowa State student. Minneapolis currently at 41, barely on that edge between some frozen precipitation as well as some rain. So we'll take a look at Minneapolis here in just a little bit to see if those cooler temperatures will hang around, as well as if snow is in their forecast. But thankfully, it'll stay out of here in the Midwest. Taking a look at current clouds and radar across the nation, you do see this current cold front that's kind of hanging all the way from New York through Texas. That is turning partially stationary though, so that precipitation will hang out in this area for the majority of the next couple of hours. And you see that low pressure system spinning right here in the very northeast corner of Iowa into central Wisconsin and Minnesota, bringing that snow to Minnesota. I am from the Minneapolis area and have seen pictures back home of up north. They do have not just a dusting, but a full covering of snow up there. So we're very lucky here in Iowa just to have sprinkles tonight. If we zoom in a little bit closer to that snow in Minneapolis and northern Minnesota area, you see that cutoff of the frozen precip is just north of the metro area. So I think the Twin Cities and south should just see the rain tonight. But taking a look at the future, you'll see that stationary front stalling a little bit, but eventually clearing through, and that rain is going to be pushing into the Michigan area. Upper Peninsula Michigan could see that rain turn into snow, but we'll have to keep our eye on that as the system continues to push off the east coast. All right, and now let's take a look at those highs tomorrow. Again, quite a spread across the country. Minneapolis is going to be 41 degrees. Phoenix right there again with 85. Miami not far behind it at 81 degrees. Here in the Midwest, though, we should be pretty warm, again, kind of like today. But Minneapolis, let's take a look at you for your 7-day. You do cool down just a little bit as the week moves on. Tuesday for you will be very cold next week at 27 degrees. So they're teetering right on that edge of pulling out the winter jacket, but also still having the light jacket and enjoying the last days of fall here. So that's all I have for you. Back to you, Lindsay.
All right, our trivia question for the day is, on average, 1 inch of rain is equivalent to how many inches of snow? Is it A, 10 inches, B, 1 inch, C, 5 inches, or D, 1 inch? All right, let's welcome Jaret with our Iowa weather.
So, you'll see here we have some pretty comfortable conditions right now, but we're looking at a pretty sizable cool down. I'll tell you more about that after the commercial break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. As you can see here in Ames tonight, we have some pretty comfortable conditions, 52 degrees. Those showers and thunderstorms that breezed through here earlier have moved out of the region, and we're on our way towards cooler conditions. But right now, you can see where there has been rain, 51 degrees in Waterloo, and a little bit cooler in that region, 57 over here in Council Bluffs, and 50 in Sioux City. You can see the highs today were pretty comfortable. It was a nice day, and we had some pretty brisk winds, but not near as much as I had over right now in Sioux City, 20 miles per hour, 20 miles per hour also in Fort Dodge. So we'll keep with those pretty brisk conditions as the cold front has moved through the region. You can see the rain is leaving, and we're going to be stuck with these clouds for most of the night. Here through the future cast, those clouds will stick around a while, but we'll get some clearing in the morning tomorrow. And it'll kind of try to stick around, but we'll have some pretty nice conditions. Tonight, you can see 36 degrees. The rain is probably mostly done for tonight. The winds will stay pretty brisk, 16 to 25 miles per hour. It'll be pretty cool if you're out and about. Tomorrow we'll have 47 degrees, not a very warm day, especially after our recent warm stretch. We're going to be moving into a more typical winter weather. Our 7-day here, you can see we have no chances of precip anywhere in sight. Some upper 40s and lower 50s through the time period until you reach here on around Tuesday and Wednesday, where winter is going to come into the area in a big way. So that's our forecast.
Time for a second look at our trivia question. On average, 1 inch of rain is equivalent to how many inches of snow? And it turns out it's A, 10 inches.
Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Are we going to have any snow in our forecast coming up here, Jaret?
No, we're looking pretty dry through the time period, and we should at least be comfortable from that standpoint. Be a little bit cool, though.
Yeah, That's all right, though. Hopefully we all have our winter jackets down here in Ames by now. We're true Midwesterners. Know to bring those up in probably September, because you never know what's going to happen.
But I'm still holding on to my fall jacket every day I can.
I'm taking advantage of the no socks weather. As soon as I break out the boots, that's when you know it gets pretty cold here.
Very true, very true. All right, that's all for this edition of Size on the Skies. Join us again on Monday for another look at our weather. Make sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter, and we'll see you next week.